Here we are on 10th Avenue. This is the High Line here. We're right at the edge of Hudson Yards. All these buildings here are part of the Hudson Yards development. Now, this building here was originally housing Neiman Marcus, but Neiman Marcus, like many other retailers, ran into trouble. And so they are not as much in business as they used to be. These are more of the developments of Hudson Yards. And this is looking north on 10th Avenue. So this is on the High Line at 30th and 10th Avenue. What a magnificent view. And that building was owned by a real estate investment trust, and they were going to sell it about 20 years ago. And they changed their minds, and then they wanted to keep it because they realized the value was going to be much greater if they fixed it up and if they waited, because they knew the Hudson Yards was going to be developed. And this is just a general view of the High Line and the Hudson Yards. And we're very close to the shed, and that building in the distance with the odd exterior is the shed, and they're going to have a lot of events going on once everything is a little bit better in New York. But that's what it was designed for, to be an outdoor event space. And the Hudson Yards itself is designed to act as a magnet, to have a lot of people come in, a lot of people do things, shop, go to shows, just get together. And you can see all the construction that's still going on and will go on. And the stores that are around here. This is another part of the Hudson Yards, right next to the shed. And here you see the High Line. Now they've started a timed entrance. You can see here, it's just part of making sure people stay on the High Line just for a limited number of minutes so that they don't stay on there forever. But you can see all the beautiful buildings around here. Again, this is inside the Hudson Yards, the court area. And this building here is called the Shed. This is where they're going to have a lot of arts and entertainment. And this building actually rolls away to open up a space for live events and other events. This is part of the contraption allowing the shed to move. It's kind of like a train, where it is able to move this entire area back so that it opens up. Just a closer look at this work that they have here. It's just an amazing thing. Very, very ingenious to allow for this open space to occur. And this is all part of the shed, part of Hudson Yards. You can see there more wheels to move the surface, the top part of the building. This is just a closer look to see how fascinating this is. You can see here there's like a rubber section that's removed to allow for the wheels to move along the track. You can just imagine how much reinforcement was done to allow for this to operate. You can see here all of this. That metal part is the train track or the track used, but the rubber is removed to allow the wheel to move back and forth. Just ingenious. And how much time it must have taken to think this through, to engineer everything, to get approvals of everything. And that's the Hudson River in the distance. And we're looking towards the New Jersey shore, but this is the other part of Hudson Yards. Quiet day in April. Now, this piece of work here is called the vessel. Now, there were usually many people on it, but then in the last number of months, people decided to jump from the top of the vessel. So the city and Hudson Yards probably decided that it's best to just shut it down. And it's too bad that it's like that, because it was really nice to go on it. And this is the mall area, but as everyone knows, in 2021 and in the year of 2020, a lot of malls have not been doing well, and that's the same case here with the Hudson Yards. Though it's beautiful, and once everything turns around and gets back to normal, it's going to be a beautiful idea, but as of now, a lot of stores just can't make a go of it. Some stores are able to do it, but a lot of the other big stores are not able to do it because they have to pay so much in rent. They have to do so many things to make a profit. They just are foregoing the large spaces and just trying to make a go of it in their own way. Now, we're right at the entryway for the mall. You can see all around here the development that's going on, and there's going to be a lot more development. You can see here the crowds at Hudson Yards. And this is a better view of the shed and how it rolls too. It just rolls completely back to open up all that space. Here you can see the beautiful open space of the Hudson Yards, designed that way. Now, ideally, what they want is a lot more people here. But right now in April 2021, that's not the case. And again, this is the vessel. This beautiful work. Now it's really just like an Eiffel Tower without people. These are part of the beautiful buildings that went up. little distance away. Now again, you can see in the distance that shed, and it rolls all the way back up to the building. So it opens up all that space. You can see how the building is designed to receive the way the shed's cover is. It's just a beautiful area around here. During really nice days, it's still very crowded around here. People really just enjoy going out to a public space like this and just enjoying the day. And that's the shops inside that large shopping mall. It's very, very big. So many stores. Right next to the beautiful Equinox Hotel and the Equinox Club. Now, there was a lot of news about this building nearing completion. And the building next door also likewise nearing completion. This is 34th Street, and there's so many more buildings around here that they're going to be completing also. And as we look north, you'll see even more buildings under construction. And it's just going to be an incredible space once it's all done. And this is the Javits Center that's right near here. And then the Hudson River in the distance. You can see what a fantastic job they're doing on this other building. Another view of these beautiful buildings under development. Step by step. It just takes such a long time to put these buildings up. And it's the same thing that happened in Midtown too. It looks great when you see all the buildings done, but you just don't see the work that gets put into putting them up. Years of work. And we're at 35th and 10th Avenue. You can see there's still so many more buildings that are being put up around here. And this is more just to give everyone in the US, New York, in the world, an idea of what Hudson Yards is like and the ongoing development of the Hudson Yards. And as you can see, I think what they're trying to do is stage it. Like, instead of having everyone put up their building at the same time, you stage it out. And especially now, where financing is a little bit more challenging. Like, the big developers have the financing, But even then, like, I would imagine they want to delay the construction so that this way the economies of the world are a little bit more upbeat when they actually finish the buildings and get the tenants. A view from 37th and 11th Avenue. See the Javits Center in the distance. This other building here, right next to the green glass, the kind of a newish greenish glass, that's the Javits extension. And that is great because it's going to provide more space for the Javits Center. And just imagine when all these buildings are completed around here, how great it will be to have a convention in New York, because you'll have so much around this area. This is looking south on 11th Avenue. Now, a little view of these other buildings on 34th Street, but this is from another vantage point. This is the other building that we were looking at on 11th Avenue. This is right across from the Jacob Javits Center. We can see that right there. Another view of that beautiful building going up. Now, in New York, you always have holdouts. Now, here's an example of a small building that's a holdout. I'm sure they've gotten many offers to buy them out. And I'm sure the offers are very generous. And I'm sure they say no. They don't want to sell. There are some people in New York who just say, look, we are not interested in selling. Thank you. We enjoy our building. And God give them a lot of strength because they believe in certain principles. But you can see around this building, all this construction going on. Eventually, I'm sure they're going to get a really good offer. And they just haven't gotten that right offer yet, but I'm sure everyone has that right price where they sell out. And if they don't sell out, wow, like, it's going to be such a golden opportunity for whoever continues with the ownership of that building, because there's going to be so many people around here. If they open up a store, whatever store it's going to be, a restaurant or any kind of store that caters to the people in these office buildings, this building will be a gold mine. Absolute gold mine. You can see here there's other buildings that could be acquired or have been acquired, but it's just nothing has been done with them yet. And from 37th and 10th Avenue, another view of the developments in the Hudson Yards. And you can see here all the other buildings around here. And this is looking north on 10th Avenue.
Anything good?
You and everyone else that's in your group. You can see here just the buildings around here, around the Hudson Yards.